Good morning, class. For this lesson in Cookery 9, first quarter, Module 3, Perform, Mise and Place. I am your teacher, Elmera Acelan Cabigues. Objectives. Learning Outcome 1, Perform, Mise and Place. Identify tools and equipment needed in the preparation of appetizer. Classify appetizers according to ingredients and identify ingredients according to the given recipe. What is mise en place? It is a French term means set in place. That is, you have everything ready to cook and in its place. You should be able to identify and prepare all the needed tools and equipment as well as all the ingredients to make the preparation and cooking easily. And the cleaning and sanitizing procedures must be part of the standard operating procedures. Terms to be understood. Tools is a handheld device that aids in accomplishing a task. Material, having a great importance or great use. Utensil, an implement, a container, or other article, especially for household use. And equipment, the necessary items for a particular purpose. Usually, it demands knowledge on how to use it. The next is the kitchen tools and equipment used in preparing appetizers. So, if you can see, there are 3 columns. The first column is the name of the tool and equipment. The second column is the uses or the function of that equipment, and the third column is the picture. The first one, ball cutter. It is a sharp-edged scoop for cutting out balls of fruits and vegetables. Second, rubber spatula. It is used to scrape off contents of balls. Channel knife, a small hand tool in making garnishes. Spatula, used for manipulating foods like spreading. Wire whip, it is used for mixing thinner liquid. Zester, used to remove zest or citrus peels in thin strips. French knife, for chopping, slicing, and dicing. Paring knife, used for trimming and paring fruits and vegetables. So if you can see, there are a lot of kinds of knife, but they have different uses or function. Next is the butter curler. It is used for making butter curls. Cutting board, a board for cutting fruits and vegetables. And if you have noticed that there are also cutting board that is made up of plastic. So what is the difference between using wooden cutting board and plastic cutting board? If you use the wooden cutting board, there is a tendency that while you are chopping and slicing your fruits and vegetables, you are also cutting the woods that can be mixed with the ingredients. And so, it is better and safest to use the plastic cutting board. Next is the kitchen shears, a cutting device for ingredients like scissors. Potato masher, designed to press potato and cook vegetables. Chiller is an example of an equipment and is used for keeping cold foods chilled for service. And oven, used for baking. The following are the other tools and equipment used in preparing appetizers. The first one is the measuring spoon. It is used for measuring dry and liquid ingredients in small quantity. As you can see with the picture, are you familiar with the measuring spoon? It is used in baking and in cooking. Next is the measuring cups, used to measure dry ingredients. Glass measuring cup, usually transparent, used for measuring liquid ingredients like water and oil. And then mixing bowl. Containers have smooth, rounded interior surfaces to retain some mixtures. And mixing spoon, used for mixing ingredients, and it is made up of wood. Paring knife, used to remove the skin covering of fruits and vegetables. Fork, used to combine ingredients. Container of different sizes and shapes. It is used for keeping the food. Cooking range and stove is an equipment that is used for cooking. Refrigerator is an equipment for storing perishable food at a cold temperature. And strainer, used for separating liquid from solid to strain. Colander, a larger bowl shape which is used to drain. Now, let's do this activity. Identify the following kitchen tools and equipment used in preparing appetizers. What do you call this one? If your answer is cutting board, you are correct. And this is, of course, a ball cutter. Very good. Yes, this is butter curler. How about this one? This is an equipment that is called the oven. And this is French knife. So you are correct. Let's now proceed to knowing what is appetizer. Appetizer is a small dish of food or a drink taken before a meal or the main course of a meal to stimulate one's appetite. The history of appetizers. Let's get to know what is appetizer. So appetizers were originally introduced by the Athenians as a buffet in the early 3rd century BC. They served sea urchins, cockles, sturgeon, and garlic. So below, you can see the picture of the sea urchin, cockles, sturgeon, and garlic. However, they were unpopular to start as these tiny meals weren't followed up with a main course and leaving everyone hungry. In the 19th century, appetizers caught on as meals evolved into more of a structured ordeal. Aperitifs came about by the Romans and were classified as a liquid appetizers that contained alcohol. The purpose for aperitifs were also meant to help with the imminent digestion process. And these drinks would be shared from a single glass and passed around the table to all members of the eating party. In 1860, the word appetizer started being used in the America and England, though its only reason for existence was to have a word with more of a local flavor than hors d'oeuvres. For a main time, appetizers would be served between the main course and dessert as a refresher, and on the 20th century, appetizers have taken its place as a precursor to the main course. On the other hand, it is said that appetizers are dishes that can truly be considered Filipino. Why? Because we are best known for using our hands to eat small finger foods that come with the first course. Appetizers can include anything from fish to meat, nuts, and chips. Let's proceed to the classification of appetizers. The first one is the cocktails. It is usually juices of oranges, pineapple, grapefruit, or tomatoes served with dressing. Hors d'oeuvres, a combination of canapé, olives, stuffed celery, pickled radishes, and fish. Canapé, made of tiny slices of bread. The larger canapé is termed as zakouskis after the name of the chef named Zakowski. Relish and crudites, pickled items which are raw, crisp vegetables as julienne carrot or celery stalks. Petite salad, a small portions and usually display the characteristics found in most salad. Chips and dips are popular accompaniments to potato chips, crackers, and raw vegetables. The next is the fresh fruits and vegetables. It is the simplest appetizer. Example, avocado chunks, sliced cucumber, watermelon chunks, and pineapple. And the last classification of appetizer is anything smaller. There are varieties of appetizers wherein the only requirement is that you keep everything small enough to be picked up with the fingers and eaten with little mess. So that's all for this lesson. Please refer to your self-learning modules for your activities. Goodbye for now, class. Goodbye, class. Happy learning.